So I have now had two terrible races for race. I think this is 5 and 6 at Mexico City, and I kind of deserve both of them. I'm going to show both of them in order. This will be 5 and 6, and I start in 10th place, qualifying. Not the best, but not the worst. I come up with a plan, and I'm going to execute on that plan. Get out. I'm watching my start already, and the driver in front of me moved, but I should have already been cutting left or right after we learned that lesson last time. Very crowded track coming into the first turn here, and I find myself kind of sandwiched between a few folks. I'm going to show you this from my angle, my driver's view here. Driver on my right, by the way. And then I'm going to show it to you. Accidents here, I'm avoiding those. Feeling pretty good about my start so far. Not too shabby. Driver number 20 in front of me, Daniel Puella, is a bit of a hazard driver here. At least I felt. I broke early. He continues to just keep that line, just pushing me over again here. I try to give him plenty of room. He hits me again. Okay, so I'm a little annoyed, but I've settled into 8th place. Let's just get through the race. And I'm going to make a mistake, a pretty bad mistake, and one that destroys another person's race here in a minute. And boy, do I feel bad about it. You know, they threatened to report me. Boy, were they angry. They threatened to report me, and you know, they're probably right. They're probably right after you see what happens here on the second lap. This is still the first lap. I feel like I have way more pace than Daniel in front of me, but I am nervous about passing him based on his reaction in that last turn. Get another place there, putting me in 7th. I'm feeling pretty good about that. And here we go down the main straightaway. All right. This is not where the accident occurs. It's going to occur in the back straightaway, but this is me trying to catch up to Daniel Puella, and well, I feel he's been pretty aggressive. You know, everybody's kind of jockeying for position there at the beginning, and so, you know, but man, he just would not yield at all. And maybe he shouldn't have to. He slows down hard there. I tap him there, not intentional. Slows down there again, so I'm trying to get around him. Forces me, you know, he takes that cut. I had that position, at least I felt. So let's back this up. Let's back this up and take a look at it from another view really quick so that you can see what I'm talking about. And I'll let you decide for this particular case. Let me give you a chase view of myself, and we can see how things progress here. I'm going to go in slow motion. You know, he has the position. He slides sideways. It's tough to say. In the heat of the moment, it felt like he had cut me off. I guess I hit him. That is completely my fault. That is completely my fault. I deserve a penalty for that. I tried to get on the track safely. Accidents happening all around me. Daniel goes off
Powell,
there.
You're an absolute menace.
I call him out again. I thought that was my fault initially there, or his fault rather, but it was clearly mine. And my headspace is just out of whack here. Absolutely out of whack. I'm going to give you my view again. I have the Max Verstappen driver go through. I get shoved off the road here by another Red Bull driver. And I'm just kind of, I think, losing patience with it all. I don't understand why I make the decision I make here, except that I have a better run on pace out of this exit than these guys. And I get it in my head that I'm going to be able to take the inside lane here coming up. And this is where I make my mistake. Go to the inside, but I miss my braking point by a long shot. I take out that driver, which absolutely my fault. 100% my fault. So two faults in this race that are mine. Let me give you that chase camera there so you can see that. Actually, let me even give you the far chase camera. And you can just see how badly I screw up these guys' races in slow motion. Going to the inside, I'm thinking I'm going to be able to take that. I should be braking already. I brake too late. I can't slow the car down enough. And I just careen into David Arroyo. And I cannot apologize enough. That is 100% my fault. And man, I tried to track him down in the chat rooms to, apologize. I don't see him, or excuse me, in the forums. I don't see him in the forums. My car is damaged. Too bad to continue. I think I'm able to get it into the pits. I apologize there, but yeah, I go into the pits. I've got steering damage and everything. And effectively, that's going to be the end of my race 5. Bunch of drivers out. I made two very bad mistakes there that pretty much ruined those drivers' race, and I don't know what happened, but completely my fault. So, cool. Let's take a look at my next race. So the next race, I jump in, and I'm determined just to finish the race, just to get through it without a huge problem. And I make some mistakes on this one too. I make some, not as bad as that previous one, but boy, Mexico City and Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez has not been kind to my safety rating nor my iRating. This is a very bad result for me going into race 6. In this particular case, I qualify in 7th place. We start off, I'm going to head to the inside. I get a decent start. I'm able to pass up Andrea here on my left. Car colors are still loading, that's why those guys look gray.
I'm not going for it.
Again, I'm taking the inside lane here just because I don't want to have somebody slide out and nail me. Overall, pretty decent start. I'm back in 7th place by the end of those first sequence of turns. So, okay, we settle in, and I'm thinking, look, let's just finish the race.
And I got hit.
Even told people in advance, I had a terrible race last time. I'm going to give you plenty of room if you come up on me. And we'll see how things go. So this is the first lap. Still feeling in it. Being chased down by number 23, Mick Doyle there. But thinking that I absolutely can catch up to these two drivers in front of me. The accident I had in the previous race fresh in my mind. I don't want to do a repeat of that. I'm going to just take my line as normal, begin braking here. Cut to the inside. But I also don't want to get stuck behind Pedro slowing me down, which he's really doing at this point. So I figure I'm going to be right on him as we come out of the straight, and I'm just going to try to take him on the straight. He's kind of weaving all over. I go to the left, and he gives me room, seeing that I'm on the left, so I appreciate that. And we take it down the straight with 23 Mick Doyle right behind me. Pedro sips in between me and Mick, and feeling pretty good about that because I feel like Pedro may slow Mick up a bit, although Pedro is right on my tail initially. I'm in 6th place in the race, feeling pretty confident at this point. focusing on trying to catch Andrea ahead of me. Get a good run out of here. I see Pedro slowing up Mick, so I've got about 1.2 seconds. There's a big accident behind us. Still doing pretty solid. Got a 1.5 second gap to Pedro. He's holding up Mick behind him. Exactly what I didn't want to have happen to me. 2.5 seconds behind Andrea. The individual you hear talking there is in third place.
Close that door on you there. Gerald.
I don't know if he's in a helicopter or what, but he and second place are trying to catch the first place driver, so they're trying to work together to get up to him. Down the straightaway into lap 3. Still feeling really confident. Behind me, Pedro's 1.2 seconds. Excellent handling through that turn. Feeling pretty good about it. Not sure what lap the real disaster occurs, but I'm doing okay here. I don't know what happens at some point, but I just start losing, I don't want to say losing confidence, but I lose my rhythm. I'm out of rhythm for how I normally drive the race, and I just cannot seem to get it back. Again, Pedro 1.5 seconds behind me. I'm faster in this section than he is. He's faster in the sector into the stadium than I am. I always enter this very strong, but this turn coming up, this one right here, always slows me down a lot. And I overcompensated at a certain point here. So, okay. On to lap 4. I'm not setting any blistering paces, about 146.6. Pedro's 1.1 seconds behind me. Slowly catching up. Keep trying to tell myself just focus on my turns, my braking points and such. Pretty good exit out of there. Pedro gets a decent exit out of there too. He's closed within a second. So I'm not opening up the gap like I think I should be to a driver that was significantly slower than me earlier. I go a little deep there. Pedro closes that gap even more. 0.2 closer. 0.3 closer. So now he's half a second behind me. And I'm aware that I've made a mistake. And they're just compounding. Like every mistake I make another one and just continue to slow myself down. Too wide there. That's a pretty good exit there. I open up 0.3 off Pedro, 0.4. 5. I'm about a second ahead of him now. So I'm definitely faster in that sector, but in this sector, I am just struggling this race. Like I'm not, and it's such a difficult area to speed yourself up in without losing control of the car. So yeah, I feel the car slide a little bit there. I'm able to correct that, but I lose a few tenths there. Pedro's now 0.9 behind me. Coming into this straightaway. I'd really like to open that gap up to about 2 seconds, but I'm just unable to do so. Miss my turn here. hit that,
I move.
slide the car a little bit. You see me lose a little bit of traction there. Pedro's now half a second behind me, exactly what I didn't want. And there is a crowd of cars behind Pedro too. He is holding up a bunch of people, and now I'm holding him up. I know if I can
I think
get
we
to
have a
the
base for
sector where I'm faster than him, I'll open up the gap a little bit.
Yeah, we do.
Gain a spot here as Cole has gone off, so I'm in 5th place. I just need to find my mojo, if you will. Again, open up some time here. Pedro's about 9/10 behind me at the moment. Good exit out of there. Pedro's still about 9/10 behind me and going to close in this area. I know he's faster than me through the stadium. So trying not to let him get too close, but I am just taking this way too slow. Again, highly technical part of the track.
Keep bending it on that last corner. And getting into that TT.
Turn 12 screws me up.
That's 2nd and 3rd place talking. Pedro is half a second behind me. I'm now 6.4 seconds off of Andrea. I don't know what has happened to my pace. I am just not delivering. Each lap I'm getting slightly slower by about 1/10. I go way deep here, so I'm way off my turn here. Pedro comes in 3/10 into this sector, so he is closer than ever on me. And I'm just really struggling to find my lap time. I know if I can find it, I can open up some distance here, but man, I am just struggling, and I cannot figure out why. And I'll tell you at the end of the race why I think I'm struggling. Coming into this turn, lose control of the car. Fortunately, everybody avoids an accident on me. Looking at my data, I can see I'm safe to get back on, but now I'm in 10th place. All right. Top 10 finish. You know, I'm upset at myself, but not terribly. Like, things were not going super smooth to begin with. I gain a place back there, so I'm in 9th. Okay. But not thrilled with myself at that behavior. I've also got damage to my rear wing at this point. Not a tremendous amount. I mean, I didn't lose the wing, but I do have a little damage, so it's saying I'm losing a little downforce. I can't actually see. I think the left side is bent down a little bit. It is. We've got Sebastian right on me in the Red Bull livery here. Well, it's a Team Redline livery.
That's on the left, Sebastian. Or right.
Give him the right. I'm not going to stop
I'll give you
him.
room.
Tell him I'm going to give him room. It's fine. I'll drop down into 10th place. Let me just stay focused on what I'm doing. But again, I'm just like my rhythm is off the whole race. I can feel it. Maybe I can tail Sebastian here and have him drag me along, and that might help a little bit. This is what I'm thinking at the moment. Behind me is Basher. If I can just keep up with Sebastian, who's already pulling away, he's 9/10 away from me at the moment. I can see the wing is damaged. I can see it bending down and on the right side, actually. It doesn't seem to be affecting me tremendously. But again, like, just my whole rhythm is off. I don't understand why. And because it's off, I'm starting to get this nagging feeling of losing confidence in what I'm doing, and it's making my situation worse.
I was thinking I was doing pretty alright.
And that's where I come into this turn. and boom. That's going to end my race. So I get into the pits, and
Paul, you
yeah.
okay? Whatever.
At least the guy asked if I was okay. I mean, look, that's one of the great things about sim racing. You're not going to take any physical damage. But that's it for me. I'm going to spend 6 minutes in the pits. By the time I get out, I am in 22nd place, and things are not going to get better from there. That is going to be the results of this race. So let's take a look at what damage I did to myself in those two races. So in the first race I showed you, race 5, I lose 0.17 safety rating. I lose 39 points. I'm at 1366. I was in the second split. There's not a lot of drivers out. There's only 4 splits at the moment. Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. But this race I'm embarrassed by. And, you know, I could not show the video if I wanted to, but I think this is an important learning process. I'm down 4 laps at the end of the race. I started in 10th. I ended in 17th. Just a miserable race. I damaged other people I really feel bad about. And took 12 incident points. So that happened. Then this race that I just showed you, I started in 7th place and ended in 22nd. That caused me to lose 75 iRating, dropping me down to 1291. I'm going the complete wrong direction. Fortunately, I didn't destroy anybody else's race, and I gained 0.09 safety rating, put myself at 249, 2.5 safety rating. I'm in the third split. Again, not a lot of drivers out on Sunday. I don't know if they missing the Sunday drive. So over here you can see I started 7th. I ended up 5 laps down. You know, I ended in 22nd place. So absolutely not what I wanted to do. Fortunately, I didn't ruin anybody else's race this go around. But there you go. There you go. This has not been a kind track to me this year. And so here's what I think. I think that this is my third race of the day. I think I just need a break to clear my head, go outside, touch some grass, focus on something else for a bit, just to clear my head and get my mind in the right space. Like I said, I felt off the entire race, and my performance shows it. So it's just an interesting tidbit. Like, you gotta, like, one, you have to have enough practice going in the race, and I feel like I practiced enough. And 2, you have to mentally be ready to perform for a solid 15 laps of pure concentration. And jumping from one race where you had a bad experience into another race, for me anyway, may not be the right answer. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to take a break. That may be it for me at Mexico City this year. I think I need to take a break, and yeah, this is a final day of it. I don't even think I'm going to race another race this evening. I think what I'm going to do is start prepping for Long Beach, which is next week. So, yeah, I'll see you in Southern California. The other cool thing about Long Beach is I'm actually going to the Long Beach Grand Prix.
Good
real
race,
one.
5.
In
Well
in
deserved.
about next weekend. So yeah, that'll be pretty great. I'll be at the Long Beach Grand Prix, where it will be the second race of the North America Porsche Cup. So I'll get to see him live and in action there. And yeah, I'll take some video and put it up on this channel as well. My wife and I are supporting Sabra Cook, a driver, one of the few female drivers in the Porsche Cup series. And yeah, so I'm wishing her the best of luck. All right, so anyway, until next time, you can follow us along. Follow me along on the channel if you just hit the like and subscribe there, and you can see some of the other races where I did better than these last two, that's for sure. See you in Southern California.